Right, my next project that I've been thinking about doing is quite similar to some of the bubble vases that I've got on my site, segmentedturn.co.uk, and I thought I could use the same kind of technique but on a bowl instead, and obviously make the rings a bit thicker so the effect could be more visual. So the first thing you need, of course, is a nice bit of timber. Well, I've got these nice old window boards that I managed to procure from a house next door to us when we lived in Wales, that used to be around the old lady's windows. Lovely bit of mahogany. So I thought I'd use that, and I've also got some beech that I bought from a place in Wales called Coed Cymru, and that means Welsh woodland or Welsh wood, and it's a lovely bit of air dried beech. So I set my saw up to about 1.5 inches, something like that, 1.5 inches, cut it down into 1.5 inch strips, then set my saw down to about, well, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, just under 1/8 of an inch, and sliced it up into slices. So what you do then with the slices that you've got, obviously you've got a slice of beech and a slice of mahogany. So with the slices, put them together, glue them together so that they make a larger strip of timber which is alternate colours. So that's white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red. Oh, that's upside down actually. Red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white. So glue those together. Right, to glue those together, the glue I use, I just get it. The glue I use is this polyurethane glue. I use this polyurethane glue. It is absolutely marvellous. I glue my pots together with it, and I have never had a pot come apart while I've been turning it. And some of my pots I've turned down to 1/16 of an inch thick, and they still have not come apart. The only time a pot comes apart is when I go through the side, which, yeah, I do that sometimes, but I'm not an expert. But this is a lovely glue. It's a polyurethane adhesive, a foaming polyurethane adhesive. So when I glue these strips together, I don't need to sand them because the foam will fill any gaps in and you won't really notice it. I don't sand, I tend not to sand the segments on my pots either, because the bandsaw on my machine behind us is got such a good blade on it. It's such a precision machine that it cuts with hardly any marking at all, so I tend not to sand that either. Obviously the rougher surface, when I glue it up, gives me a much better gluing bond. So this is the glue I use. It's called Lumberjack Wood Adhesive now, but it didn't used to be called that. It's made by a company, Everbuild. I got it from the Builders Merchants in Ystrad rather, sorry, in Wales. Brilliant glue. Right, then also what you're going to need is a framework to glue your strips up. So what I've done is got a bit of old chipboard, old bit of flooring, chipboard, and I've screwed a block of wood to the bottom of it so that it'll fit in my vise and be held securely while I'm gluing up. Right, I've also, on the back of the board, I've put a piece of grotty old pine, really, a bit of grotty old pine, just so that I've got a backboard to clamp to. Alright, and then I've also cut another piece of timber. Well, it's a nice bit of mahogany, but it's not going to get spoiled. So that when I'm gluing up, and I've got all my bits in here, Let's see now, I've got 8 bits all together, all glued. But if I can glue 8 bits at a time, I might not have time because it's a 5-minute set on that glue. I might only have time to do 4 strips, but then I'll do another 4 and I'll glue the 4 together. So that then I've got 8 strips. Right, so pretend they're all glued up. They're all glued up. I've got a few clamps. Right, these are just F clamps. Got about 50 of them. Bought a bulk lot from the shop in Swansea. Bought the whole box. It was pretty heavy carrying it back to the car. So what I do then, I just put the clamps on it, tighten them up, make sure all the bits of wood are down flush with each other, but they will be sanded afterwards. So just carry on, put a load of these clamps on. I say I've got about 50 of them, remembering where I put them. Oh, there's some more. So, just carry on clamping. I stick probably 5-6 clamps along here, just to make absolutely sure that it's all pulled together nicely. Because obviously this bit of wood across the back here, I'm not certain that it's dead straight. It doesn't really matter. All these clamps, they're going to pull it all in. And we're only going to be cutting segments about 2 inches long anyway, so they'll be straight enough. And that's how I'm going to do that.